Okay, so on one of the daily politics things, Theresa May said about how she was looking to, well, transform welfare and help mental health issues and avoid people getting screwed over, but that's a complete lie, and this was before the election. You know how they withheld my benefits in 2011 for 9 months, and then that led to me losing my home, and then it took them 4 years to rehome me. Well, that was in 2011, note, and then they wouldn't investigate throughout complaints in 2012 and 2013, and then they waited more than the 14 months after they eventually, paid some. They didn't even pay all of it. And then they started to a slow process of rehoming, which eventually resulted in being rehomed in 2016. Well, in the 1st of April 2013, as part of a plan to reform the system and save $350 million per year, see the BBC News article attached, which I'm reading from, the government changed essentially legal aid, so you couldn't claim legal aid for areas they knew they were acting illegally in, to prevent areas of justice. So they removed legal aid, so you could no longer be eligible from public funds for divorce, child contact, welfare benefits, where they were illegally withholding welfare benefits, and I've got a news article somewhere that also says they're just cutting benefits to save money from that time period as well. Employment, clinical negligence, housing law, except in very limited circumstances, and I'm sure my circumstances would fucking apply here, so I should still qualify for legal aid. So, all these lawyers are like, oh no, we don't cover this area of law, oh no, we don't do legal aid, or all this bullshit. I would still be able to claim these very exceptional circumstances, because I am sure that I would apply for these very exceptional circumstances where the government have not only illegally withheld the benefits for 9 months, even when they were due, even despite every proof being shown that they were due, that they'd still completely fucking ignored, and then that sent me into a spiral of depression. So all Theresa May is, oh yeah, we're helping all these mental health issues. They don't give fucking shit about mental health issues and how they're fucking people over and screwing their mental health to such a state that they're going completely insane. No, not in the slightest. So yeah, not fun at all. And I've suffered through all of these fucking years, and I just want my fucking justice so that I'm not going to go completely insane and snap. But no, and no, people like Scott Billingham, you were banned from Facebook for a reason, so I hope you're not going to put fucking shit dumb comments in my thing. So no, don't just go, oh, let it go, because it's not good for my mental health. I need justice. I need something to matter for the fucking years of my life that I've lost. I can't let things like this go. I can't. It just destroys me mentally. So no, I can't let it go. So I have to get justice. I have to get something for all these years of my life. And on top of this, previously I've got emails as well through the case where they reduced the debt of the outstanding rents, which would have been covered by housing benefits, down to probably about £900, and they're still stealing £1,800 from the entire incorrect still compensation, because outstanding housing debts for that, and the actual case says that I would have just owed £127, but the council have gone, oh no, we'll just give him £127 of housing benefit. No, that was all I owe. That's all my debt is. The rest of it is your debt. And not only that, I should have still got benefits for the entire period, so that should also be in my debt. And then, if it was included in the compensation, then you could claim that out, but because you're not paying the due benefits that I would have received, you can't then steal it, and then there's still presumably for the council tax, which I also would have received benefits for, and I also would have received benefits for the entire time I was homeless, but for the fact that they delayed and avoided rehoming me. So no. So yeah, I'm probably going to put a clickbait title about how Theresa May's a fucking liar about mental health issues, because she is. Because hey, their government's clearly shown that they don't give a shit, and then again, you've deliberately cut public aid so that you can't face justice for where your government is screwing people over, because all the proof that I've been trying to get all of this sorted, I was trying to get it all resolved, but benefits especially, because what more can we do? You know, I did everything possible and you fucked me over in this. So, you know, if you've completely fucked me over and your ombudsman's not even going to be just and balanced, it's going to be completely biased, then yes, I need a judicial review. So yes, I should qualify for legal aid to get this sorted, because the whole point of legal aid is for institutions such as this to be held accountable, and so they don't do whatever they want and act illegally. But when I've got proof that your council has completely acted illegally, then I think it's about fucking time that you should face justice for it. You should be able to get legal aid for it, because, you know, I just don't have the money to do this, so I need the legal aid to do this, and I need justice. I need this case to go ahead, and I need a lawyer that can fucking take this on, because no fucking lawyer in the entire UK is able to do a fucking judicial review against the council. Why is there no lawyer in the entire UK that can even do this? Critics award the changes would be damaging. So a few months after the change has been introduced, what has actually happened? Blah 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 blah. Since April, nearly all family law advice has been removed from the legal aid scheme. This means you can no longer get funding for a divorce or child contact or residence disputes. Well, you know, it's just minor things, isn't it? You know, we're more involved in how the government has removed legal aid to protect itself from things like welfare. The changes mean victims of domestic violence must have proof before they can get legal aid for family cases. Well, you know, it's good to have proof for your case, and I've got enough proof for mine. Vulnerable clients. It doesn't mention mental health issues, though. A breakdown of a relationship, blah blah blah. Again, relevant evidence can be expensive. A doctor's letter costs 50 quid. Well, a legal judicial review costs 5.5 grand on top of fucking lawyers' fees. I think oh great. You may have heard an electricity spike. I'm getting a bit emotional and I'm zapping my mic. If I blow up the computer, I apologise. I blow up light bulbs. I produce excessive electricity. Yay! I've got a fun, weird fucking body. I don't know. I think that's why I suffer mental health issues as well, maybe. It's like, I produce weird electric signals, I don't know. I spent a year at LAPSO. I don't know what LAPSO is. Legal Aid, Sentencing, Punishment, Offence Act, 3 months, blah blah blah. It's nothing to do with benefits. Again, you're ignoring benefits. Representing court, so just slow down the court system. Yes, it would, and make it... I bet the government would just deliberately filibuster it to make it expensive still for anyone who can't get legal aid. So, you know, even if you have the funds, they'll just delay and delay and delay and make it fucking expensive. Because they will. I mean, look how fucking long it took them to rehome me, and look how fucking long it took them to do anything. This was in 2011, it's now 2017, and the LGO has only just fucking finished their investigation. More people person to person. Funds and legal advice and reputation for routine housing claims was removed from 1st April. Department Cumbria says that means legal help may now come too late. Well, yes, this is very fucking too late. He recently worked with a client who had employment benefits and housing issues, but Cumbria Law Centre could only offer legal aid once he was at risk of losing his home. Well, you know, I was never offered legal aid when I was at risk of losing my home, but, you know, I was trying to sort it with the council and not going to lawyers because I couldn't afford lawyers, and I didn't know that you could get legal aid for that, and, you know, maybe I should have. But, you know, we often used to do a piece of legal aid funded work for less than £160 for a family facing homelessness. The collateral cost, we understand, for a family becoming homeless has become £14,000 and £30,000 for the public purse, says Mr. Moran. Well, you know, I definitely can't afford 30 grand, let alone 14 grand to do my legal aid. The government says the consequences of the changes to the civil legal aid have not been as bad as the critics suggest. Well, you know, you fucked me over and you're not giving me the compensation I deserve, so yeah, you've fucking ruined my life by doing this. We have not found the kind of damage and destruction they've led to forecast. Well, it is. You know, this was forecasted, and I'm proof that, yay, fucking legal aid has ruined my life. And, you know, I've got all this proof that I should be entitled to all this money for the legal aid and, you know, not being pursued for all these debts. So, yeah. I think there's proof here. Some organisations are indeed finding new ways to plug the gap left by the removal of civil legal aid. Well, tell me the ways. We're in the process of finding that money is going... We're in the process of finding that money, and that doesn't make sense as a sentence. We're in the process of finding that money, I guess that money, not that money, that money, and it's going relatively well. Mainly on this coming from small grants making charities, and in some cases housing associations. So bit by bit we're moving towards a new funding model, says Mr. Moran. Where are these charities? Where can I go for this legal aid, you know? If you can't get it by civil legal aid, but you can get it by charity. Where? Please tell me. I need the legal aid so that I can get my judicial review. You do not list this. It's still too early for a full assessment of the impact and changes of legal aid. The above testimony is impressionistic and based on public's response to an invitation by the BBC for Law and Action to share their experience of the changes. These charities, please tell me. I need the legal assistance and the funds, please. So, who's Mr. Moran? Where can I find Mr. Moran? Where can I find this so-called charities that replace legal aid? Please, anyone? I need this desperately. I need this right away. Ugh. Thanks. So yeah, share, tell anyone. Don't be a fucking twat in the comments. Don't be a dick. I need help. I don't need dickheads. If you know these charities that replace legal aid, and who the fuck Mr. Moran is, help. Please. Thanks. Who wrote this story? Who wrote this story? Laura Gray. Can we find who BBC4 or BBC's Laura Gray is and message her and find where these fucking charities are, you know, link these fucking things in your article. And please help. I need it.